Yo, people, them Honda E Advance, 4 years and 50,000 miles later. Let's talk about whether it's still worth a purchase right now in 2024. Yes, what's good? Welcome back, people. It's man like Jamo. Now, if it's your first time on the channel and you're into the Honda E stuff, you're doing a bit of research, I beg you go check out my other Honda E videos because I've covered nearly everything on this car for the past 4 years. But right now we're doing the 4 year later thing. So we're gonna look into any warranty defects I've had, any normal wear and tear stuff that the warranty doesn't want to cover, and just generally how the car's been over the last 4 years and 50,000 miles. Now, apart from the glaringly obvious fact that man needs to get the car washed, nothing much has actually changed with the exterior of this Honda E Advance. The thing that's changed the most is probably the tires. I've had maybe one set of new tires on the front and maybe 2 sets of tires on both of the rear wheels. Obviously it's a rear wheel drive and we've got that quick acceleration and somebody's a little heavy footed. So, you know, about what you'd expect over the past 4 years. I'm not sure if that's what you'd expect. Let me know if that's reasonable for tire change in 4 years time kind of thing. But yeah, apart from that, everything is pretty much the same. I do have a little upgrade that I want to show you guys though. You lot are gonna realize how ridiculous I am when you guys see this. What? Air intake scoops. Right, now we're gonna go even faster because we got these new hood scoops on air intakes. You don't know. Best $11.99 I've ever spent on eBay and Amazon, whatever it was that I got it from. Oh, also people, with living in London, you know the windscreen wipers be getting work with 99% of the weather that we're having here. I've changed the front windscreen wipers once in the last 4 years, and I've not changed the rear windscreen wipers ever. Not since I've had the car, fam. And yeah, pretty much the rear ones are just doing their job. No issues there. The front ones, yeah, they did start to slack a bit, so they needed to be changed. But apart from that, these ones have been going, I think that was 2 years in, so these have been going 2 years now, and they're doing quite good, can't lie. Now, just before I go in the car and show you what's good, can I just say, see this little NFC sticker here? It's supposed to help me unlock the car with my smartphone. Now, I literally review smartphones and I've been through tons of smartphones. Not one of them has worked in order to be able to unlock the car with my smartphone. So I'm going to have to assume it's the Honda app that's not working itself. Even if I go into the app, tap to start all these connected services and stuff like that, and then I put my phone on the thing, nothing happens, fam. Now, albeit the car is very dusty at the moment, I am gonna get it cleaned. Nothing really much to report in terms of warranty stuff inside the car. Everything's working as it was on day one, and that's including the camera mirrors. The camera mirrors, again, are the main thing that I thought wouldn't, last the test of time kind of thing, but they're definitely doing their jobs and they're still as clear as they were on day one, as long as I remember to wipe the actual camera sensors themselves. But yeah, apart from that, everything's working in there. In the back, again, it's a bit messy in here, but nothing really going on. No updates as far as I'm concerned. And speaking of updates, actually, let's talk about the computer unit that we use to do sat-nav and all that kind of stuff there, because we have not received any updates for that in 4 years. Well, this car hasn't anyway. I don't know if anyone else has. Let me know if you have, but this software is 4 years old minimum kind of thing. Like, where's the updates so that we can... What is going on over there? So I bought this little device, yeah, literally $25.99 on Amazon, fam. Flipping, put it into your car's wired Android Auto or iPhone port, and it turns your car into a wireless Android Auto car or wireless Apple CarPlay kind of situation. Just like that. Little $24.99. Really good. I might do a longer video on it if you want to, but like literally it just does what it says on the tin, turns the car into an Android Auto wireless compatible device, and you're off to go without having to plug your phone in to get your sat nav and everything up on the screen. people. Then we got the car getting cleaned in the background finally. But I thought I'd take this time to do a little slowdown and talk about the public charging situation, because back in 2020 when I first got the car, a BP Pulse charging station, they were called Polar back then, but BP Pulse charging station, 50 kilowatt thing would cost me about £4 to go from 10% to 90% battery in the Honda E. Nowadays, for the same BP Pulse charging station, literally in the same spot, you're looking at 10 to 90% charging for 15 to 20 pounds, sometimes even 20 pound plus, depending on which area you're in, fam. Now, I don't know the mathematics, but from £4 to £20, that's what we're looking at, what, times 5? The price has gone up astronomically. It's ridiculous. And that's not even just for the rapid chargers. That's for the 7 kilowatt fast chargers as well. And sometimes even the slower 3 kilowatt chargers. You do still get your free kilowatt chargers in like Tesco's and like Asda's, so you can go and charge your car for free kind of thing. But more time, if you're relying on public charging, you better have some money. Now, further to public charging stations costing 5 times more, congestion charge exemption for all electric vehicles is getting lock off 2025. So we're now going to have to pay to go into the congestion charge. That's one of the reasons why I got an electric vehicle, so that I could go down to London with my babes, have a good time, and not have to pay the extra £15 a day kind of thing. So that is getting scrapped. Furthermore to that, tax. You don't usually have to pay tax if you got an electric car, and you still don't if your electric car has been registered before 2017, I believe. Don't quote me. But now for my Honda E, not only am I going to have to pay tax, but I'm going to have to pay the same tax as a normal petrol vehicle. We're talking £170 per year, fam. Like, even my old smart car, 2015 model, I have to pay £20 car tax a year. Even my Citroen C1 from 2007, £20 car tax. So it's like, we've been roped in basically to get the electric cars. Now that we got them, they're trying to F us. It's actually mad. I don't know where the cost saving is with electric cars now, especially considering the fact that they're more expensive than their petrol guzzling counterparts. Now, I've done bare videos about this whole infotainment system. You can check those out on my channel. But right now, 4 years later, imagine there are still no updates for this thing. If I go into all apps, sorry, let me go to all apps here. I'll go into, what do I need to go into? System updates, yeah? Go into system updates now, checking for updates. How can there be no updates for this thing 4 years later? Like, we've got Android Auto in this thing, and we've got the wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, all that kind of stuff. But imagine the wireless version of Android Auto is locked behind settings. Now, I've done a video before to show you how to unlock those settings, but why have we not received an update 4 years later for us to be able to have those settings unlocked as of standard when you get this vehicle? Like, it's just mind-boggling weird. Like, if I even go to the, where's the sat-nav thing, like the navigation thing, it's so old. It's actually so old. It's like, nobody will use this, if you have Android Auto or you have Apple CarPlay, Google Maps as an option. Nobody will use that dry, old, dusty, slow navigation system that comes built into the car. It's a nice to use in a pinch, I guess, if you've got nothing else. But yeah, it's just nonsense. And obviously, you still got stuff like the aquarium, if this ever loads up. There we go. See, you got the little aquarium thing going on there. We love to see it. Obviously, you can tap on the screen to feed the fishes and all that stuff. This is stuff that the Honda E just has that no other car has. Like, I can't go to another car if it doesn't have an aquarium. You get what I mean? It's vital. Like, the car just won't drive as well without the aquarium. Now, you can tell I'm not a professional car journalist because we've made it 10 minutes into the video and somehow we've not talked about actually driving the car. And I'm going to keep it pretty simple. The driving, acceleration, the steering and handling, and the braking kind of thing. And also go into the distance that you can get on a full charge and charging itself. Now, braking, driving, steering, handling, all them kind of things there, feels exactly the same as it did on day one. I'm pretty much happy with it. I haven't even had any brake pads replaced in all 4 years of servicing this car. No one has said I needed it, and especially in my MOT, they didn't say I needed it. They said everything was cool. So, you know, if you see one of these cars that is 50,000 miles on the clock, or, you know, 4 years old, you should know that it's going to feel just like it did on day one in terms of that 0 to 60 acceleration, beating people off the line and all that good stuff. Now, in terms of charging and how much range you're going to get per drive, what they don't usually tell you at the dealership, not that this car is sold at dealerships now, it will be secondhand, but what they won't tell you is that in the winter, you're looking at 70 miles to 80, 90 miles kind of thing. 90 is a stretch, actually. If you're using the heater, you're looking at 70 miles. Let's just call it as it is kind of thing, especially if you're doing motorway miles and any speed above 54 miles per hour. Now, if it's summer, yeah, and you're doing some nice city speeds, or you're doing 54 miles per hour maximum on the motorway, then you can start looking at 100 miles of range, maybe 110 miles of maximum range, if you're caring and kind to the car and all the stars are aligned and all them kind of things there. So that's the reality of the range of this car, fam. Don't get it twisted and don't let anyone tell you any different. Anyway, that's all from me, people. I'd definitely like to know, though, if you are also a long-term adopter of a Honda E. Did you keep it past the initial PCP or hire purchase period? Have you still got it right now? Are you thinking of getting a Honda E on the pre-owned market for around the 15K mark? And if you are thinking about it, do you do miles or journeys on a regular of more than 50 miles? Because if you do, and you need to make a round trip and go 50 miles and come back 50 miles, you're going to have to stop and charge. It's as simple as that, which just adds extra time to your journey and driving time. But if you're, if you're under 50 miles a day, usually anyway, I think this is a good car. I still think I'd for like 15K, 14K, definitely. 100%. I'd say, yeah, no, it does bang. It definitely does bang. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, innit? And hopefully, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one.